So talk about the impact your dad had on your life regarding football and just how he raised you as a man.
Yeah, so obviously had the biggest impact on me. Him and my mother obviously were married 49 years, and we lost, my dad August 5th, which was actually my birthday that I lost him on. But he was a huge supporter. Never missed a game. He missed one game, me playing and coaching, which is a long time considering playing high school, college, and then getting into coaching. So he's been a huge support system for me, as well as Steven, my son. And, you talk about becoming a man. I think you learn everything. Obviously, you pick up pieces from other men you meet and other guys you meet, but that foundation is built from, your dad. He's known you the longest. He's known you since the day you were born. And so I was fortunate enough to have him for 46 years, which a lot of people can't say that. So as tough as it is that he's gone, that's how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to bury your parents, not the other way around. And so as hard as it is and hard as it gets better, a little bit better day by day, but you got to focus on the positive things and the good times that you had. And you talk about molding that into a man. That's what I try to draw motivation from.
How hard has it been for, just you and your family since he passed away on Thursday?
It's difficult. It was by far the hardest day of my life. I'm sure my brothers can say that. I'm sure, my mother has had some difficult times too as well. But personally speaking, that was the hardest day. But I think, that's what family's for, is to lean on each other. And we definitely did that. My brothers, my mom, my wife, my brother's wives. And so, in that time of need, you're so fortunate to have family. And as close as we were, we needed to lean on each other during those times.
So when I first heard the news, I immediately thought of, some of the mantras you've used for football, such as grit,
sure.
rise. And do you feel that some of that kind of applied to you?
I think, yes, for sure. I also think, I've learned so much from our players handling adversity. Jalen Hobson in 2019 as a high school kid had to bury his dad, and he was a player for us. Us losing Devin Gibbs last year, there's a parent burying a child, which shouldn't happen. So you draw a lot of energy and strength from that, because again, then you kind of focus on, well, maybe, as I'm boohooing and feeling sorry for myself, it could have been much worse. Like I said, I had a dad for 46 years, and so the grit, the rise, the whys, all that stuff that we use, hopefully those aren't cliches. Those are things that players as well as coaches can use to help you get through hard times, for sure.
And another thing is, on Thursday, despite, that being the day that he laid to rest, you still showed up to conditioning that night and took all the seniors on a boat ride. Was that hard for you to do? And just talk about how special that memory will probably be with you forever.
So, I have a senior in the program, Steven. My son is actually named after my dad, and we had weightlifting at noon, which Steven and I didn't make it to. We were with my mom and my brothers and family, and that was time to kind of hug and cry and mourn. And but then I talked with Steven, and Steven was actually a big reason why we ended up doing that night. I asked him what he wanted to do, and he said, well, what do you mean? And I said, well, do you still want to go to conditioning tonight and take our seniors on that boat ride that we do? And he said, well, absolutely. And I said, good, because that's what Grandpa would have wanted us to do. He wouldn't have wanted us to sit back and not live. And my son could only be a senior once. And so to have that night, and also we needed that to be around, our other family, and have their love and understand, share those good times with them. That definitely helped Steven and I a lot that night, for sure.